And we're live. Alright, hello, and welcome to Call of Cthulhu. Ah! Okay, I pushed a button and it started loading things. The scares are already starting! So yeah, I've read a good chunk of H.P. Lovecraft and whatnot, and I am very excited to play this game on stream. I've gotten about partway through. I haven't beaten it yet. That seems to be the theme with most of the games that I play on here. Yeah, it's a fun little mystery that it's been a while since I've touched, so I only remember bits and pieces of it. We should be able to get through like some of the first parts of this relatively quickly, and then we'll start getting into the stuff that I haven't actually gone through yet, and we will get to explore and try to figure things out. Enter madness. If I am mad, it is a mercy. May the gods pity the man who is callous and can remain sane. Ah! I do remember this part. Ah, shark! To move. Ah, you crouch real low. Okay, cannot open chain. So, crouching. I have a light. Hurricane lamp. I have obtained the bolt cutters. Okay. And I think my wife's lunch is ready.
What a putrid offering.
Yeah. Oh no, it's Willie! No! What is that floating? Can't tell. The music in this game is quite lovely.
Fight. You have been chosen.
I don't want to be chosen.
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Huh? Football practice.
I hate whiskey.
Then why do you drink it? Alright, time to do some exploring.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Just double checking to see if he said anything else.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Alright. No more copyright infringement.
I wonder why I still take these things. Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I used to be an avid reader. I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Okie dokie. I want to definitely increase spot hidden. Increase that. Psychology, occultism, medicine, and strength. There we go. Is this the correct way of doing things? Probably not, but it is the way that I wish to do things. So, and... Yep, I think we're good.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
I'm coming.
Hello.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
Everybody.
Police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
I've put it in the place with, like, only slightly better lighting.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay. I will read the file.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Okay. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address, Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decided it was a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? Press cutting, an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon. I can turn things around. Here we go. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Investigate.
Symbol on the man's chest. It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Unlocked answer. Shouldn't take this painting lightly. Find out about Warehouse 36. Where did Sarah Hawkins live? Police report.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that.
So she was
She
crazy.
never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. The police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions warehouse.
That's right.
And you think your daughter...
That is go.
Okay.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your
Stop
only
talking so
clue
aggressively calmly.
is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You will be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Yeah, I'll have a drink. This decision may affect your destiny. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. First volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment.
I used to be an avid reader.
Okay.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
The image on the right's a little weird. I'm trying to figure that one out. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Leave for Darkwater. Let's go! Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. And now it takes forever to load. Uh-oh, did we freeze? I'm hoping we didn't freeze. Okay, there it goes. Enter madness. Focus Home Interactive presents A Man on a Boat. A game by Cyanide Studios.
We're almost there.
There's a severe lack of lighthouse on this island, and there's a lot of jagged rocks. Is that Stila or Sia? Oh, there's the lighthouse.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what?
The whale?
Go have a drink of the stranded whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Alrighty.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know. Or you'll pay for it,
Hi.
sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy.
Yet not always.
And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't
Okay.
go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
You
Cops,
shysters.
they can't understand. Damn.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Alright.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. There's nothing to sort out. Your chum wanted to stir us up.
There's nothing for you here either.
You can
Beat
stay
it.
to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Okay.
There's nothing for you here either. Beatex.
I'm working on it.
You hear that?
Okay. Prohibition.
Prohibition is just a joke around
It
here.
is.
That suits me fine.
Okay, let's see. That's rude.
Hey, be careful.
Hello.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
It wasn't me who went looking for trouble. I didn't show respect. I'm sorry. You're overdoing it. We're gonna go with I'm
Pure
sorry.
instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Okay.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
She. Find out about Darkwater.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
It's not speaking ill if
Her
it is
vision.
true.
Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well.
This will affect your destiny. Okay, drinking affects your destiny. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad
You know
thing.
where
We'll
this
find
place
out.
is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I think that's it.
That'll be all for now.
Look around. See if I can talk to anybody else.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Alright. The miraculous catch. I'm assuming Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla was, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging off the sides of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefit. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special event at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
You scare me.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
The
I
miraculous
saw the
catch.
newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow
Okay,
its
those are
reader
silent
and appear in
markers.
various locations, gifted with its own consciousness.
Hello.
What you looking at, stranger?
She certainly can put them away. Nothing at all. It's a woman like you doing in a place like this.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Okay. Alright. Time to go talk to Fitzroy. Up we go. Lots of flags.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Alright.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of these documents are blackened out. Who would want this information to be hidden?
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
The Scylla. So I was saying it wrong.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Okay.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Exploring. Ooh. The second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. It's a strange candle. What's in here?
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on a bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Oh, nothing in there.
What a macabre souvenir.
That is not how you say macabre. Let's see. Don't think there's anything else to check around.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights of the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the book.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha, indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Alright, I think that's everything I need from
I shall
you.
be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
And I have character points to spend. Let's go ahead and do... Okay. Knowledge of human behavior. Improve this skill. Increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on analysis of objects. Okay. I currently have mental trauma. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the lost battalion American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire, forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades. Without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. But my sanity is stable. Oh, I never confirmed anything. That's what I meant to do. There we go. Okay. Charles Hawkins, Sarah Hawkins, Simon Hawkins, Roy Mitchell, James Fitzroy. Places. Pierce Investigation Agency, Island of Darkwater, Darkwater Port, and the Stranded Whale. And Occult. Art of Sarah Hawkins. Intuitive and visionary artist for some overpriced imposter for others. Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. These mysterious and reserved paintings offer strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony of her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Extract from Notebook of Edward Pierce, Private Detective. And then the Miraculous Clash that I've read. So, we have clues. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, and my inventory. Lost Battalion. Okay. Oh, hey, it looks like some cleared out, so I can explore over here more.
They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
What could have done so much damage?
They can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Mm-hmm. Exploring. Oh. Ooh.
There.
Find hidden items.
Hello, old friend.
I found a random bottle of liquor. Totally did not just go in there and rob you. Interesting.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
That was a good question. Okay, I found the lighter button. Ouch. Let's see. I can't go that way. Okay, I'm just gonna go past the man that was fishing. Howdy doody, boys.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Never done such a thing. Who is St. Brendan? I've just arrived, you fools. You
How
fools!
can I be the one who defaced your saint? I've just come ashore, you idiots.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords.
You bet. You could have gone by without us seeing you.
Do not rile me. You can hardly stand up.
He's right.
We're no match. For the moment. We're annoyed. It's understandable.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
They seem nice. Very drunk, but nice. Okay. Let's talk to this gentleman over here.
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
What's the difference between a police officer and a private detective?
The badge?
Exactly. Apart from that piece of metal, there's nothing that sets us apart.
You think so?
We're looking for the same thing, you and I.
Okay, spare me the next verse. I'll tell you what I know. There are sailors who think that there's a beast prowling around the docks. And then again, these guys panic at the thought of bringing a rabbit onto a boat, so...
I see.
And there are others who would like to use the warehouses for their goods.
Who are they?
Sorry, I really can't talk about them.
Okay.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Okay.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Okie dokie.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hit them. How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Okay. See if I can talk my way past him.
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope you had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
Now, we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Okie dokie.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
Here,
If I can't get rid of those
way.
two, I'll have to look for another way.
Okie dokie.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna get us into trouble.
Running.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Okie dokie.
This ratchet device seems to be usable. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. It looks like there's a way in under this grate. A handle. It must come from these old winches.
Okay, let's see. Is there anything else? Up.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
I think I need another piece. Yep, I need another piece. Where's the last piece? Uh, crap. Let's see. Up there.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch. Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Already? Huh.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Your turf? That's news to me.
For a guy who has no idea, you've been doing a fair bit of poking around. My men saw you staking out the Hawkins warehouse.
Is that against the law?
I'm no idiot, Detective. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Kat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Ow.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Oh, I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
Alright, let's see.
Get it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah, aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. It's something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly. But it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us. And they'll be here long after we're gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me. And I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit. And nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
That's no way to treat an omen.
That is no way to treat an omen.
He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailor. It's a song.
I do enjoy dangerous women. Can we walk a little faster, though?
He's with me.
Oh, okay.
And that is an example of how you fail upwards. Who knew?
Be a gentleman and move that for me.
And then I got tetanus. Kind of looked like you had something on your face there.
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
And she's gone.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case? The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages?
Good question.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? Someone treasures this crumpled picture to the point of sleeping with it.
think that's everything. Yep.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me
Oh,
about the
no.
Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You!
Yes.
Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Threaten the police officer? That's probably not going to go well. Hold a test of psychology. Someone else is interested in the Hawkins case. Case is far from being wound up. Yeah, let's go for team.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? Open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
That was some intense music for a very, very relaxed reveal. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises, signs of recent occupation, as well as a partly charred painting interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley. Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Enter the madness. There's somebody that is watching us.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Oh, I thought the mansion burnt in a
I
fire.
see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I still have things that I want to ask.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Huh? You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee.
Should
If you
always
don't
worry
want to
you.
listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you. If only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Okay, we're gonna go left.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined. But the architecture
1693.
seems too recent.
Alright.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary?
Poor kid.
Painting. I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
I was hoping I could take the lantern. Make life easier. Alrighty. See if I can find Silas by chance.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Do.
This entrance is still in use.
Oh, here we are.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Not defile this place. I work for Stephen Webster. Ah!
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
Oof.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants
There we go.
to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Okay. I think I handled that pretty decently.
Piers, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas,
I'm sorry.
you can perhaps inspect the mansion.
He was going to kill me.
Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
All right. Explore the gardens of the Hawkins Mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of property guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch on the place, armed with an axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get hold of the key to the Hawkins Mansion. They enter the building looking for the scene of the fire. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there, and we can pick back up on this inside the mansion the next time I stream this game. So, appreciate you hanging out, and I will see you next time. I'm going to try to stream a little bit more often for like the next couple weeks, just to try to get myself more comfortable with actually streaming. If I want to be good at this, I kind of have to do it more often than just like once a week. So, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.